welcome back to me too. Howdy, y'all. It's Saturday night. I will wait for the screen to come up, but let's see what we got. I know we got a couple of the mods in here. I don't know if North is still on vacation. I've been a crazy week. Let's just leave it that. So, all right. Jacob's already there with a 5x5. Hope you all got a little libation going tonight. I'm doing the Boilermakers for the evening, so that'll be that. So, we're going to have fun for the next 6 weeks. I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about. Congress is on vacation for the next 6 weeks, and Potato's been on vacation for the last 6 months. So, really don't know what we're going to be talking about politics-wise. No, trust me, I got a feeling they will figure out something. So, all right. So you guys probably all saw the multitude of videos that I've put up here in the last couple of days, but the big key one is, in case y'all missed the video, October 16th is a go. A lot of you guys, and North is here. Good deal. So all my 3 mods are here: North Shore, Lucky Dame, and Jacob, and so I'm glad they're all here. We're going to touch on that in just a second too. But what I was just saying, October 16th is a go. So I have rented the facilities, and so we are good to go. It will be outdoors. It will be in October, and it will be about 70 degrees, thereabouts. Rain or shine, we're doing this, okay? I've probably already had 50 some odd people email me for the details, okay? Which is wonderful, because the more the merrier. However, we can only have 200 people in the area at any given time per the Parks District. And where anybody's asking me why I did it at the park, like I said in the video, okay, we want to have bathroom facilities. I don't think everybody wants to be using a tree. And I kind of wanted to have ample parking, and just for security reasons, I wanted to have it in a somewhat public place, okay? Because obviously, pretty much everybody's going out there not knowing anybody, so it's a little bit of blind faith. So, that being said, if you are thinking of coming, planning on coming, whatever, please email me. I will send you the details that I've put together for when, where, rules, not mine, the park districts. You know me, I don't have many rules. People have asked about dogs, people have asked about kids, so all those things are covered in there. I've got a list of hotels that are nearby on there, so when you guys are looking, you know which ones to look for, in case you're coming in from out of town, because I know we've had people all over, everywhere from Minnesota to Texas, north to south, and I think the furthest north somebody said they're coming from so far is New York. So go there. So that's that. What I'm going to do is, once everybody has asked this, I'm going to give it a couple of weeks, because I also want to be able, once we get back to the main channel, which should be next Saturday night, obviously there's a lot of people that didn't find this channel, because I still go check the messages on, the comments on that channel, and people are still asking, where are you? Haven't seen a video in a week. And I tell them I'm over here, but not everybody's come over. So I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to know about this, just in case somebody didn't find it. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do something along an RSVP or something, because I've got to make sure the count stays under 200. Now, doesn't mean that if we have more than 200 people, we won't do it. We may do this in 2 sessions, okay? Because I've got the facilities from 9 a.m. till dark, and if it turns out that, let's say, we've got 400 people or whatever it is, I may do a 10 to 2 and a 2 to 6 or something like that, so everybody can come in and get a chance to meet the majority of people or whatever. Still moving parts, guys. Don't hold me to this, but that's, kind of how I'm looking at doing it, because I know if somebody comes in from out of town, the last thing I want to be told is that you can't come in to meet everybody, meet anybody. So let me figure that out after we get a head count, but that'll be a couple of weeks. But I promise that somehow, some way, somewhere, everybody will get to participate. No problem there. But That being said, what I do need a few volunteers for, and just like we've got moderators in here, I need I'd say probably 3 to 5, somewhere thereabouts. People that would willing to be security. Okay. Reason I say that is, as much as I am trying to keep this between all of us, I really can't tell if somebody emails me and says, gee, I want to come and, send me the information. So I send them the information and it turns out, somebody who's a fraud or who's a thief or, I don't know, people like that, child molester, figure that out. And then, of course, we have no idea if there's going to be anybody local that's going to come in and try to cause problems. So I'm hoping none of that happens, but just to be on the safe side, if a couple of people that are interested would volunteer to be security, that would help, because I'm not going to be able to do it all myself. So that's on that. The rest of you guys who saw my announcement this morning, the things I'm considering, that is still under consideration. Definitely. I mean, chances are it's going to happen. Okay, there's still some details Mrs. P and I've got to work out, but I will probably start getting going on that a little fast and furious here in the next couple of weeks. So that's that. Mary Max, I see that you said it'd be great if Angry Prepper could come. I actually told him about it today. I don't know if he's going to or not. He hasn't committed to it, but I was talking to him today, so we'll see what comes back and says. But that was it'd be kind of cool if some of the other content creators could come. I mean, at least the ones that are relatively nearby that I know of. I mean, TJ's down in Georgia, Prepper Now is in the DC area. There's other ones that are somewhat close that maybe they can make it. I mean, the ones that are, Texas, Michigan or something, I mean, that could be a haul. So, I'm not expecting anybody, but hey, if they wanted to, that would be cool. So, okay. So that was that. I know I've got quite a few people have asked me what's going on in Australia, and could that happen here? If you guys have seen what's going on in Australia, they're now in lockdown till I think it's the 28th of August. And I guess they have now called in the military, I guess 300 unarmed military around Sydney to make sure that nobody's breaking the lockdowns. So that kind of gets a little worrisome. What I do want to remind everybody, though, is different countries, different laws, okay? There's not the same, Australia doesn't have the same laws. Canada doesn't have the same laws as the United States. So, yes, pay attention to it, but no, just because one country's doing it doesn't mean it's going to happen here. A lot of y'all have mentioned that your states have said, hell no, we're not doing a lockdown. We're not doing a mandatory mask thing. Let's cross our fingers that people don't cave on that. I mean, we've had enough flip-flopping in this whole thing right now, but that's kind of the whole point of why I was talking about what I talked about this morning and what my considerations are going to be. Because somebody's got to show a freaking backbone in politics for a change already. And it's like, okay, this is where I stand and it doesn't change. Okay. That's pretty much it. So, okay. The other thing I want to point out real quick, just because I saw somebody ask this before we started, somebody had said, I don't remember who it was, but they wanted to see what Mrs. P and I were canning this week. So Mrs. P, and all this is from the garden. Mrs. P and I made 9 quarts of salsa and 10 quarts of borscht. So that was what we were canning this week. So that's all, tomatoes, onions, peppers, cabbage, beets, though some of the beets are from the farmer's market. So trying to put some of this stuff up as best we can because I've still got a whole counter full of tomatoes over here that we're gonna have to make more stuff out of. I'm picking tomatoes every other day and getting about a half a crate of them. We got all the potatoes in the root cellar, so those are all put up. We've been eating potatoes like we normally eat potatoes, but it's nice that we'd have to buy them. So I've seen from some of you guys sending pictures or telling me about harvests you're getting, so that's all good. Figure out how to put some of this stuff away. Potatoes, you can can them, you can put them in a root cellar, do whatever. If you're getting some of this stuff, broccoli, whatever it is, cauliflower, freeze it. Cucumbers, things like that, tomatoes, you can always pickle them. I love to pickle cucumbers. Slice the cucumbers up, chop up some onions, put it in a jar, pickle it that way. Great salad. Okay, pickled cucumbers and onions is awesome. But we're starting to get into some of the harvest season. By now, everybody should be getting tons of tomatoes, at least, and your peppers should all be coming in. So that's a good thing. So starting to get some of our eggplant. Though Mrs. P likes eggplant. I can't stand the stuff, but she likes it, so we grow it. So, all right. For those of you that are new, I will explain to you how we do things here on Tuesdays and Saturday nights. Tuesday nights when I don't pay off my mortgage. So that was kind of, sorry about not being here Tuesday, guys, but that was one we wanted to go out and celebrate. So this will be Q&A, okay? Chance to ask questions about anything you want. Whether, it could be politics, it can be gardening, it can be regular prepping. Hell, we've got into conversations about 1980s music in the past. Nothing is off limits. As long as we keep it PG-13, I don't care. Okay, we're not talking X-rated movies or anything like that. What I do ask is that if you've got a question for me, please put it in all caps, because when I'm going through the screen, my laptop's right below me here, I'm looking for all caps, and I'm just letting everything else go, because there's 782 of you in here right now, and obviously you guys are having a whole bunch of conversations amongst yourselves, and as I'm looking at the camera, I'm not watching the slot machine rolling here with all the comments in it. So if you got something directed at me, please put it in all caps. I start at the top, I read them on down. If you haven't heard the answer to your question in, say, 5 or 10 minutes, because obviously I'm behind, go ahead, type it in again. If I see it a second time, I'll just ignore it. It's not a big deal if I've already answered the question. So that's kind of how things go here. Like I said, keep it PG-13. Nothing's off limits. But with that said, welcome to everybody. Now, over 800 of you guys. Just in case you guys want to troll in here, I've got the best moderators on YouTube. They are the 3 executioners here. There are no second chances. Okay, you say something that's out of line, you're gone. Okay, if there's something far enough that's out of line, I got no problem banning people from the channel. This is a family. We keep it friendly. We do not argue. We do not belittle each other. You want to call somebody an idiot, don't plan on doing it a second time, because there won't be a chance to. So, all right, guys, let me go to the top, and we will see where we are and have some fun. So who knows, maybe we run long. We've been doing that lately. All right, so up to the top, what do we got? Sunset, anyone else have clueless family and friends? I'd love to know if there was anybody that didn't have clueless family and friends, that everybody was on board, because I think we can all say, everybody's like, oh, things are okay. Things are getting better, a lot of. Yeah, okay, fine. Go to the grocery store. Go to the gas station. Whatever. Ban everything. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Let's see what else we got. Nancy Pelosi will provide security. Right. Yeah, that's what I want. Diane S., will cheeseburgers and hot dogs be served? No. As I put in the descriptions, bring a cooler, okay? If we got 200 people showing up, I mean, this is not charging admission, not doing anything, whatever it would be. I mean, I'm footing the bill for the place. That's not a big deal. But I sure as hell can't feed 200 plus people. Sorry, that just ain't in this guy's budget. Let's see. M. Hammer, you say videos from DC. I don't know what the reference to the question is. So if you want to rephrase it a little more detailed, that would be helpful. Okie Forge, Prepper Nurse 1 should be in West Virginia then. Yeah, I know. I talked to Ed, a couple of months ago when he said he was talking about moving. I said if he had any questions about Tennessee, because that was where he was looking at that point, get with me. And then he had emailed back a few weeks ago and said that he looked like he was going to West Virginia, which, hey, more power to him. Great land in West Virginia, good people out there, low cost of living. So good. I'm just glad he's getting out of New York. Let's see. Oh, TJ must be in here. I see somebody made a comment, a meetup in Knoxville. TJ, if you haven't heard, we're doing October 16th. Like I said at the beginning, we're having a prepper convention, and I've got a park and everything like that for all of us to get up, meet each other, do that sort of stuff, kind of be able to network, just in case anything gets crazy, we know where other people are, how to contact them, put faces to names. Who knows if you wind up having to bug out, you go in a certain direction, you might know somebody that you can head toward, that sort of stuff. Let's see. David Williams, Pinball, I wish I could be there to meet you and the other Patriots, but since I won't be there, tequila for all of you. Love from Lake Chapala, Mexico. If you could, no, I guess you could get across the border, just not if you have a passport. I mean, if you came in without the passport, hey, no problem. They'll probably give you a Cadillac ride to Tennessee. But, if you try to come in, through the airport or something like that, forget it. None of you beeswax, 300 unarmed military. What are they going to do? Scold someone to death? It's just scare tactics. That's all that is down there. Let's see. August Blue, October, pinball political rally. No, that's not what this is going to be. There might be one of those in the future, but this is not what this one is, a prepper convention, if you will. Okay, just for all of us. Kevin Gaston Sr., my son works at Walmart, just showed me a thing saying all employees must be jabbed by October. Okay, then that's a little bit of new news. I've seen that all corporate employees had to be. I didn't see it was all regular employees. If that happens to Walmart, they better plan on closing a lot of stores, because like around here, ain't nobody doing it. Okay, so you want to start closing down some of your more rural stores, okay, you're going to lose a lot of business, considering like around me, pretty much for a department store, Walmart's about the only place to shop unless we drive into the city. Okay. So, I can't tell you, there's not a whole lot of times I go by Walmart and the parking lot isn't pretty full. I mean, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe on a Tuesday, but by 9 o'clock, there's people there. See, Patty Bob, good evening all. Greetings from Germany. Hope you're all keeping well. I managed to make it this week. Well, greetings, you're 3 o'clock in the morning, somewhere thereabouts. So, some of you guys are a little hardcore. Okay. Off the wall prepper, what's going on in Australia right now? I touched on that at the beginning. They are still in they are now their lockdown has been extended till the end of August. And at least in Sydney, what you got going on is, last I heard was 300 military have been called up to patrol the streets unarmed, okay, to make sure people are obeying the lockdowns and staying in their house. Which kind of goes back to why I keep saying to you guys, can you live if you can't leave your property? Okay, that's what's going on. So, I mean, that's what's going on over there. Not saying it's coming here, but it could. Thirsty. Okay. Would not. In Massachusetts, masks in schools, medical, public buildings, private businesses make their own decisions. Me personally, keep a mask for crowded stores like Walmart. And that goes into what we've all said, okay? This is a choice. If you feel safer wearing a mask and social distancing and getting the vaccine, go for it, okay? It's fine. No problem. You want to wear a mask? It's great. Just don't go rob a bank. But there's no reason in the world that a company, a government, or whatever should be able to force you to do that. And I mean, that's pretty much been, mine and everybody else's, that at least that I follow, the prepper community, that's all been what we've said. No problem if you want to do it. That's your decision. Just don't, nobody else needs to make a decision for me. So that's gotcha. Rooster Cogburn, putting my Yukon Golds in the ground tomorrow. Harvest 70, 80 days. Yep, I just put mine in last week. Though I got the Kennebecks and the Pontiacs, but yeah, they'll be in and I'll be ready to harvest late September, early October, somewhere thereabouts. Let's see. Ban everything. Goats ate my garden. You need to feed the goats, otherwise they'll go eat something. Lorna, Pinball, I informed Constantine on his live stream that you were considering running for Congress. His eyes bugged out. He was so happy. Yeah, well, hadn't got that far to tell him yet. So I guess he knows now. I figured it's probably flyer. Somebody was telling me today that Black Scout Survival also said that he was considering it. So that's good. You're getting some of the awakened, not woke, awakened people to say, we got to take this country back. Let's see, where are we going on down here? Checks 2, Mix 1. Can you make some pickling videos? Show the basic how-to, and I'll play with different flavors. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Mrs. P, we've got a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes that Mrs. P wants to pickle. So probably when we do that, maybe sometime this week in the evening or whatever it is. Don't figure that's going to be too difficult. So yeah, we can probably do something like that. But yeah, that's been our thing. Like everybody says, you start canning stuff and you get addicted to it. It's like, I not necessarily got addicted to it, but I'm looking at all this stuff that's coming in from the harvest, and I'm going, how the hell are we going to save all this stuff? It's like, okay, we're canning it. So that little different reason, but it's like, okay, get going. It just drives me nuts how long it takes. I mean, canning the damn borscht is 75 minutes, for the borscht. It's like crap because there's meat in it. But okay, yeah, the chicken was not from here. Okay, that is store-bought. Let's see. Irene Cornelison, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Are we doing canned potatoes this year? No, we filled up both root cellars with all the potatoes. We figured if whatever we got that didn't go in the root cellars was going to get canned, but from the first it was whatever didn't fit in the root cellars would get canned. But everything fit, but we filled both of them. So my second lot of potatoes that I've got going now, that stuff's going to get canned. Now, we probably planted about 20 to 25 plants this time, so not much. But I figure I'm going to still get 50, 60 pounds of potatoes out of that. That stuff will get canned, but that will be later this fall because two plantings. Michael Powell, any thoughts regarding the manufactured illusion interview with Dr. David Martin? I know nothing about it, so I've never heard of the manufactured illusion interview, and I don't know who David Martin is, so sorry, can't answer that one. Adam Nanya, how long do you expect things to break loose? And SHTF, starting Monday is going to be the first bit of crap, okay? Y'all know that Congress did not extend the moratorium, so in 2.5 hours, at least on the East Coast, evictions can be started. Now, of course, tomorrow's Sunday, so that's not going to do anything. But you have landlords like crazy that already have the papers already ready. All they've got to do is put them in court. Okay, the courts are going to be slam-packed with people to put eviction notices through. Okay, now it depends on where you are. Some of it'll go quickly, some of it'll go very slowly. What I have heard from a lot of people in a lot of places is that a lot of these tenants probably don't know the law, but it's next to impossible to get U-Haul trucks right now because people in apartment complexes are saying they're watching people pack up and move out left and right because they know they're about to get evicted, so they're trying to get out while they can. Because here's the deal, guys, and this is what none of these people get. I mean, probably don't know the law, don't realize that it's going to take a couple of months to evict them. Okay, they just figure, oh my God, Monday we're out of here. But landlords, at least most of them, anybody that works for or lives in a apartment complex, certainly report to your credit bureau. Maybe your private landlord did as well. They're going to go knock on a door Monday and say, hey, I'd like to rent an apartment. And the first thing they're going to do is go, great, what's your social security number? We need to run a credit bureau. And their credit score is going to come back and it's going to be 402. And the landlord's going to look at them and go, ha, okay. See that cardboard box right there? Take that under the overpass. That's where you're going to be living for a while. Okay. The banks aren't loaning money, so you're not going to go out and buy a house. And your credit sucks anyway. So, again, these people didn't think past here again, all right? It's like, oh, gee, I'm going to live for free. Eventually all good things come to an end, people. And now, your free ride is over. But that's going to be the beginning to somewhat of an SHTF. And we're going to have to be very observant as to how it's going to affect us. If you live in a city apartment complex, you're probably seeing it already this weekend. Out here, I'm not seeing people come in, but yeah, I'm still going to pay attention for strange cars or anything, looking for someplace to go. Because there's probably going to be a lot of people that are going to go, crap, my only choice is to live in a tent. Now, how long does it last? Who freaking knows? Because all this is going to do is snowball, guys. You start having, 11 million some odd households that potentially are going to risk losing their home. That's a lot of people, okay? Now that changes the economy. People talk about, well, they get Section 8 housing. How much Section 8 housing is there? Not everything is Section 8, guys. So the government doesn't have all the housing to put, 11 million families up in housing that's sitting vacant right now. FEMA camps, maybe? Oh, I don't know. That's a possibility. So something's going to, so the homeless population is going to boom. And then you get the issue where it's like in LA County today, they came out and said now being homeless is a crime. So great. What are they going to do? They're going to arrest all the homeless. Well, that'll fill the jails. I mean, you arrest all the homeless in Los Angeles, you're going to fill the jails in 2 hours. Okay. So what are they going to do? The same thing they always do. They're going to start busing people to Salt Lake City, to Portland, to Las Vegas, and just let the homeless out in somebody else's problem. That's always been California's solution. I remember living in Salt Lake, and about once a week, there'd be a couple of busloads of people come in from San Francisco, and they just literally let them out on the street. There was all the homeless. That was it. They just got rid of them. So let somebody else's problem. So yeah, how long it's going to be, I have no idea. Grace Acres, Pinball, do I have a brother? I'd love to have a man who can and believes like I do. Yes, I do. He's married, has 3 kids, and I haven't talked to him in 6 years. Let's see. Oops, I just shot to the bottom, so I got to go find where we were again. Or go to the top. David Creason, how do we keep the media away in October in the event should they hear about the gathering? Hey, they want to show up, great. Maybe they'll sit there and listen and we can enlighten a few more people, because unless they are going to censor me, you can pretty much guess what my comments are going to be. Okay? Same ones you hear all the time. Hector Prepper can't make it from Washington State. I don't blame you. Take lots of videos and pictures. I'm going to try to at least live stream some of it. Now, of course, it's going to be in the middle of the afternoon. But if somebody wants to watch it in the middle of the afternoon, try to do it. So just so you can kind of see what's going on. If it doesn't work as a live stream, and I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do that, because I'm walking around with my phone like this while I'm trying to talk to people, not going to work. So we'll figure out how that one works, but we'll at least get some video of it. A new beginning. We at the VA have to drink the Kool-Aid or take weekly tests. Yeah, I heard that earlier this week that Potato is going to try to make all the VA employees follow in his demented path, but which is going to be interesting because a lot of people have asked me, and obviously my doc is the VA, and this goes back beginning of the year. I think it was my January checkup, and she said, "Have you got?" You either asked me if I gotten it or if I wanted it, and I asked her. I said, "No, have you?" She's like, "Nope." Like, okay, don't ask me again, and nobody has. So. But it's going to be real interesting to see what happens if they start forcing the VA to do anything. Because if the doctors start leaving, it doesn't mean that the vets don't get any health care anymore. We just go to a local doctor, and the VA gets to pay the local doctor bill. Okay? Because that was changed under Trump, is if you can't get to a VA, you go to a local doctor. It's like you guys have heard me talk about when I get poison ivy. I don't bother with the VA because VA is like, yeah, we can make an appointment for you 2 weeks from Tuesday. I'm like, okay, I'm going to the emergency room, get my shot, do what I do. VA gets the bill. I mean, that's just the way it works. Jerry Foles, I mentioned music. What was my favorite concert in the 80s? Oh my God, you were talking about when I was in high school and went to concerts every other weekend. God, favorite concert. Either Queen's The Game Tour, or I want to say it was Ozzy's Bark at the Moon tour where Motley Crue opened up for him. One of the two. When was the first time I saw AC/DC? That was, for those about to rock tours, that was what, 82? Yeah, it'd have to be one of those. I saw the Stones at Pontiac Silverdome. That sucked. God, I saw Yes. I saw Joan Jett. I saw the Beach Boys. I was up in Michigan at the time, so it was either at Joe Louis Arena or Pine Knob or the Pontiac Silverdome. So, HJS video. Have you heard anything about the federal debt ceiling? I read on the Fed website. In 2019, Congress suspended the debt limit until August 1st, 2021. Yeah, we heard about it last week, and then I've never heard anything this week about if they raised it, because they must have, because it would have been all over the news. Because not like they came up with more money, but we couldn't pay our debt come Tuesday. So they must have done something, and it just kind of passed without even hitting the news. But good point that you brought that up. Shot me up to the top again, or down to the bottom. Let's see, rolling back. Okay. Oh, Mark Chaser, zombie farmer, is running for office in Middle Tennessee. Good. That makes 3 of us then. I'm not even... UIHUO6T. I'm UIHO. Wells Fargo is trying to charge money for paying off a mortgage. They can't do that because whatever you signed in when you originally took out your mortgage is a contract, okay? So if your original loan has a prepayment penalty, they can charge it. If your original loan does not have a prepayment penalty, they can't legally. So look at your original contract if they're trying to say that. If it says they can, there's nothing you can do. You signed this already, but they can't change it midstream. It doesn't work that way. Crypto Night. I'm on the road all week. It looks like a lot of people are bugging out. My thoughts. My guess is a lot of people that are bugging out are all the people that just realized they haven't paid rent for 18 months and they don't know how long they're going to be able to stay, so they're trying to find somewhere else. Tanya Bednarchik. Do I pressure can salsa? Yes, we did. Montana Grizz fan. Hello from Montana. Hello, back to you from Tennessee. Looks like Lucky Dame's on the warpath there, getting rid of a troll. Appreciate that. Tracy Bolin, is there a borscht video? Yes, there is. If one of the mods can go over to the Pinball Preparedness channel, and in the playlists, you'll see the cooking with Mrs. Pinball. If you can find the borscht video, I've had a lot of people ask for that lately, and just drop it in here. That you know what, screw it. I can probably do it faster than you guys because I know where to find it. Yeah, so bear with me a second. I will do this. Do 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 do. Playlists and cooking with Mrs. P. And this is the one. Copy. There you go. There's your link for borscht, Tracy. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Irene says, I'll be watching later on the potatoes canning. Yeah, potatoes canning doesn't look like it's too difficult. I mean, guys, remember, for us, this is our second year canning, but the first year of doing some serious canning. I mean, I did sweet potatoes and green beans last year, and that was basically it. So this is when we're getting a little crazy. So, I mean, we've already done, oh, God, more green beans, and I made jardinera, and we've made canned chicken and canned pork and salsa and soups and God knows what. So or Leia, who is Zombie Farmer? That's actually the name of his YouTube channel, is Zombie Farmer. Sarah Sanders, do I have any organic suggestions for dealing with potato bugs? No, I don't, because I didn't have any problems with them. Yeah, I can look, and I mentioned the book, Jerry Baker's Great Garden Tonics, oh God, a couple of months ago. I can look in there this evening if I get a chance and see if there's something there. Shoot me an email with that, and I'll see if I can find something out of that book real fast for you, because that's all organic stuff. JB, hey, now that the moratorium's gone, what's going to go down? The courts are going to get slammed. People are going to get evicted like crazy. The homelessness rate is going to go up, and Biden's going to blame Trump. Okay, that's pretty much what's going to happen. So, you know, because again, just like Obama, it was Bush's fault for 8 years. You know, for Biden, anything that goes wrong is going to be Trump's fault. You know, the economy going in the toilet will be Trump's fault, even though, you know, we all know. But beside the point. Paul is natural. What's the best area in Tennessee to move to? I can't tell you because this is the only one I've lived in. I know we love it here. I mean, people have asked, you know, I get questions all the time. I mean, I'm in Union County, you know, Claiborne County, Granger County, Campbell County. Those are all around us. I mean, this is all nice, rural, pretty mountains, lakes area, inexpensive, nice people. You know, but I've never lived in Memphis. I've never lived in Nashville. I've never lived in Chattanooga, so I can't tell you what are good areas and bad areas. I will tell you where I am is a very nice, polite, good cost of living. You know, you don't have to be making $100,000 to live nice here. Trust me. Chief Jim, can they evict Section 8 renters? I'm assuming if they haven't paid their rent, I can't see why they're any different than anybody else. You know, just because you got that cheap rent in government housing, you still have a bill to pay, you know. And the way I look at it here, too, is there are going to be a whole lot of people that are going to want Section 8 housing here pretty quick. So if you got ones that aren't paying, yeah, sorry, you're done. Out. Goodbye. Janet Crow, what are my thoughts on IRAs? I'm assuming you're talking about individual retirement accounts. Definitely good thing to have. I'd be terrified with what's in it right now because, I mean, I don't think you can find anybody that doesn't think the bubble's gonna burst on the market. You know, so, and I mean, you know, money market rates suck. So it's, at least it's somewhere that you can put money away that, you know, either you're putting away pre-tax now or, you know, you're paying the tax now and won't have to pay it later, i.e. Roth IRAs. You know, good investment vehicle, but I'd be terrified of the risk in the market right now. I mean, I am completely out of the stock market. Nothing. Okay. Uh, any savings we have right now are being either held in cash or in precious metals, and that is all being held physically. So, Lauren, and now's a crappy time to be a landlord here in Texas. I feel bad for them getting screwed. Last year and a half been a crappy time to be a landlord anywhere. Okay, if you were lucky enough that your tenant was paying rent, you should feel very fortunate because you're definitely one of the few. David, Aunt Debbie, I'm pitching a tent by the catfish pond. There you go. I don't know. Aunt Debbie may charge rent for the land. Can't stand you. BlackRock is buying up all the property. I talked about this, Christmas time. And I said, watch what's going to happen, guys. That they're going to try to force everybody out. They're going to try to bankrupt people as best they can. And then, you were going to have the Bill Gates and the Jeff Bezos of the world going in and buying cities on pennies on the dollar. Okay, it's not Bezos and Gates, but BlackRock. Okay, I mean, BlackRock's obviously a huge real estate investment firm. But same idea. And, we've all seen the stories. They're going in and buying entire neighborhoods and then turning all the houses into rental properties. Okay. We'll own nothing and be happy. Okay. It's not like you're going to own nothing and be happy. You're going to own nothing and just have to give them all your income, and you will never have any equity. Okay. You'll never own the car. You have to pay for the car over and over and over again. Think of a car lease, for example. You keep paying for it, you never own it. Okay, same thing. Keep paying your rent, you never own it. All you're doing is pissing away money. Okay, you're building no equity. So when you're 60, you have as much net worth as you did when you're 20, except you just worked 40 years and got nothing for it. Somebody explain to me how that's a good idea. Okay, is that the American dream, to make somebody else rich? No. Okay, the American dream is, so you can put some money away and have something to leave to your kids so they have a little bit better life. It doesn't work that way under the World Economic Forums. It's like, you work your ass so Klaus Schwab can have a better life. I'm sorry, I'm not paying for that fat, ugly bastard to sit there and have another Mercedes. Linda S., what do I think about this being a federal budget ploy? Shut the government down or help the homeless? Well, that's kind of what the Democrats have been trying to pull this whole thing with reconciliation and the infrastructure and the illegals coming across the border and everything. They keep saying, well, you're not getting the infrastructure unless we get the illegals or whatever it is. I'm like, fine, don't get neither. I don't care. Sorry. No, you're not going to spend $3.5 trillion more of money we don't have. Stop doing this shit. Okay. Screw the illegals. Okay. And if you can't afford the infrastructure, don't do that either. Okay. That's it. We can't borrow any more money, guys. We're up to here. But yeah, shut the government down or help the homeless. Screw the homeless. Okay. I did a video of this on the other day. Okay. I'm sorry. Tennessee is one of the cheapest states in the union for paying unemployment. It's like $275 a week. Okay. But on top of the federal unemployment and the stimulus checks and everything like that, a single person was making over $30,000 a year sitting on his ass. So mom and dad were getting over $60,000 a year to sit on their ass. And if they had a couple of kids, remember, they got extra money for the kids too. I'm sorry, if you can't pay your bills in Tennessee on 60 grand, I mean, just so you guys know, the average income in my county is about 30 grand. Household income is about 30 grand. If they're getting 60, there better not be one person missing rent in this town. Okay, not that there's a whole lot of apartment complexes. I know one in the county, but I have no sympathy for these people that didn't pay their rent. okay? Because either, this is what happened. Either you were living way above your means, which isn't my problem to pay for that, okay? You didn't have any emergency savings, which isn't my problem as a taxpayer to bail your ass out, okay? Or you wasted all the money that was given to you by the American taxpayer, which isn't my problem to give you more, or you're just freaking lazy, which isn't my problem. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, none of which are my problem. Sorry, no sympathy. Rooster, pick them all up and they'll ship them to the ghost cities in China. No more homeless. Hey, that's fine with me, you know. Sorry, you know, the ones that, I'll tell you where my sympathy lies. It's with the kids and the pets, okay? Because neither one of those had anything to do with the fact that mom and dad were a bunch of dirtbags. Now, I'm not, just so y'all get it, I'm not saying that's everybody. It's about 90% of the people that are getting evicted are exactly what I just explained. There are a few people out there who, by no fault of their own, got screwed. But by far and away, you are the minority of the one who hasn't paid your rent. Crypto Night, when do we finally fight back? I'm trying to do what I can do, guys, okay? You know, and you say this, when do we fight back? I love when I get the questions. When are we going to do this? When are we going to fight? What are your ideas? Please put them out there, you know, start something. Hell, I'm considering running for Congress to fight back. What are you doing? You know, we got to stop being keyboard warriors sitting on our couch going, this sucks, we got to do something. Do what? Come up with an idea and implement it, okay? Do something, okay? Because sitting around whining and bitching isn't going to get anything done. Rose Zingelman, can I repeat the name of the park for the meetup? No, I've never mentioned it on here, and I'm not going to mention it on here. I didn't, like I said to everybody, I did that for security purposes. I'm not going to announce to the world where a whole bunch of preppers are getting together. If you are interested, please shoot me an email. And then, yes, I am kind of going through the emails and trying to match them as best I can to names of people here so I don't have people, you know, trolls emailing me. Nunya Beeswax, how's my corn? Still half the size of normal and still looking like it looks. So it's just been so freaking dry here. I haven't had to mow the lawn in over 2 weeks and it's not growing. So we're trying to get some water on the garden, but you know, corn just sucks up water like crazy. Excuse me. Rena LaRue, Walmart here is again requiring masks and people's carts are overflowing. Well, I would say if they try to, Walmart would go out of business around me if they try requiring masks. I mean, Tennessee just, you know, right here. Thirsty. Tanya Bednarchik, have I heard of seed shortages yet? No, but you bring up something that's very important. Guys, starting now, this is when you need to start getting your seed orders in, okay, to whoever you buy it from, Baker Creek or Burpee or Hoss Tools or, you know, God knows whoever you get them from, okay? Because the harvests are going to be crap this year. We already know that because of droughts and everything, so seed shortages are going to come into play. You know, so you want to be on that list first. You also want to save as much as you can of your own seeds. This is also why I was telling you guys when we get some more of the harvest in here, I want to somewhat do a seed swap with you guys. I don't know how I'm going to put that together because I can't coordinate $35,000 or 35,000 people trying to trade seeds. But the best idea that I can possibly come up with is maybe a Google Doc, and I don't know how that's going to work, giving so many people permission to do it. But, you know, we'll see. Somehow, some way to figure it out. Happy Homesteader, the doctor yelled at me for not getting it. I'd find a new doctor. Say, thanks, doc. That's your opinion? You just lost a patient. Jackie Wood, Pinball, don't I take super chats? I do. I don't think this channel's eligible for it yet. I think you've got to have 10,000 subscribers before you can take super chats on the channel. So again, I mean, if anybody wants to support me, in the description here of the video is my PayPal and my Cash App. But yeah, I mean, super chats are appreciated. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think this channel is eligible for it. Same reason it doesn't have a community board, because we're still only at like 9,500 subscribers. Heather Langer, there are more here than Mr. Potato Head has. I mean, there were more here at 8 o'clock, before we started at 9. I mean, what? Joe gets 12 people when he has a rally. We can hold it in a bathroom. Let's see. Boldy Soldier, I got to see ZZ too. I never saw ZZ Top. I wasn't a Grateful Dead fan. My brother, somebody asked about my brother. I'll give you a quick story. So my brother was going to Bowling Green up in Ohio. He was going to college. And one day he got pissed. This is wintertime. And his freshman or sophomore, it was 1987. So he was a freshman. He and his girlfriend got in a fight, and he decided to go for a ride. It was wintertime at night. He didn't even bother putting shoes on. He had a patch of black ice, took his car over a cliff. Okay. Broke his neck, broke his back, was laying in the car at the bottom of a ravine till the next morning when daylight, somebody saw the car down there. And doctors said that it was a good thing it was so cold, because the hypothermia kept him alive. Okay. So he was in the hospital. I was in the Army at the time. I remember flying into, was it Akron? I think it was. And then driving to the hospital. He was in the hospital there near Bowling Green for a couple of weeks, and then they took him up to University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. And he was a huge Grateful Dead fan. And Jerry Garcia and one of the guys from the band, and I don't know him because I'm not a fan, heard about his wreck. And when they were in town, they actually came and visited him at the hospital. I thought that was pretty cool, those guys. Let's see. Oops. Shot up here. All right, let's see. Grace Akers, my young child asked me what I was doing to help this change. I can't run for public office. What else can I do? Voting and using my money to make my stand, and of course pray, but looking for ideas. Trust me, I wish I had more. I think a lot of people wish they had more ideas. If you can't do something, help somebody who is running, against all this sort of stuff. I mean, whatever it would be. I mean, depending on where you are. But, do something. I mean, find something to do. I mean, if it's stuffing envelopes for somebody, if it's, enlightening people for the truth about some of the things that are being forced on us now, whatever, something that you can do, spreading the word somehow. Montana Grizz fan, dry, come to Montana, Wyoming, Dakotas. Yeah, I know you guys are drier than we are, but we haven't seen rain in a while here either. It's supposed to rain tonight. We're hoping. Walter, yes, first too much water, now it's dry. I think all the rain interrupted the pollination a bit. Ears aren't filling out. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Yeah, I mean, because mine are maybe the thickness of the handle of a baseball bat and maybe 6 inches long right now. Michael S. Cori Bush is sleeping on the Capitol steps to protest evictions. Well, good. She's been homeless before. She should be used to it. I mean, how the hell is she ever? I mean, how the hell any of those whack job squad members ever got elected. I have no idea. I mean, it tells me how stupid their constituents are to elect them. But, oh, gee, protest evictions. Hey, dumbass, you're in Congress. Mark Chesser, Haas Tools has great seeds. Yes, I've had very good luck with Haas Tools seeds. South Colorado Starter Pinball, post your Georgia salsa recipe. Can't find it. It's no different than, it's the same ingredients that y'all use. I mean, it's tomatoes, onions, garlic, peppers, okay, and then depending on what kind of peppers you have. I mean, we've got a mix of jalapenos, green peppers, and pepperoncini in here. The only difference is, if you can see this, we run it through a meat grinder, so it's literally almost liquid. Okay, it's not chunky salsa that you're gonna dip your chips in or something like that. It's like everything else. It's Russian. It's like a soup. So, let's see. Yeah, Kevin, fight back. Move to a red state and prepare for balkanization. Yeah. And I don't have a problem with either one of those. Just, if you're a liberal, leave your liberal beliefs there. If you want to come to the land of the free, leave the home of the stupid stuff back where you're leaving from. Jay Moore, a lot of seeds are out of stock now. We need a few sources. Yes, I mean, that's the thing, because like I said before, some of the crops are just crap, and with this drought and stuff like that. So, what you can get is, it's going to be slim to none. You're gonna have to grow your own seed stock. So, I mean, I've got seeds, and I've got a whole bunch of tomato seeds that I'm gonna share with you guys and everything like that after we get all the tomatoes in this year. But I mean, that's about it. I mean, the bean seeds I've got for my beans, that'll be my bean crop next year. I mean, there's only so much, you gotta plant a lot to have some food and to have some seed stock. Rose Engelman, we can swap seeds in October at the meetup. Sure. That's a good idea. Trucker B, do I have a prepper library? If so, what books do you have and recommend? See, that's the thing. I don't have a library. I mean, somebody sent me this one the other day. Okay. Y'all saw that. But I don't have a book library. What I have is information that I've either downloaded and stored, or I've got a whole lot of videos that I've downloaded and saved to thumb drives. So I can reference those, because it's going to be a whole lot easier for me to see, I don't know, how to skin a squirrel via video than it is by reading it out of a book or something. So, I save those. I basically create my own library on things that are going to directly affect me. It's kind of like I said with the plants I said the other day. Go out in your yard and find out the plants that are in your yard and what they're used for. Because it'll do me absolutely no good to buy a book. And chapter 1 is all on cactus. Wonderful. I live in Tennessee. There aren't any cactus. So, the entire chapter of the book is useless. Hey guys, and I didn't see this. Matthew Trucking put a comment in here. Can you mute this? Okay. That says, just send a money order, a cashier's check to Mr. Pinball, whatever you can afford, no personal checks, campaign funds, how to make some promotions, send Mr. Pinball your ideas. Please do not do that, okay? I didn't ask him to ask you to do that. Please do not do that, okay? I'm asking you right now, no, okay? You get a huge problem there. If I do run, now we have a campaign finance issue, okay? Don't need this, all right? If anything ever comes up where an actual campaign is there will be a way to do it. Do not do that. I will send the stuff right back to you. Guys, please don't I understand you think you're trying to help, but don't cause me legal problems. That if somebody does that, that causes me legal problems. I don't, because I know you're not paying my attorney when I all of a sudden am getting questioned by the IRS for something like that. So please don't. I understand you're trying to help, but if you want to do something, please ask me first. God. Okay. All right, one more. Sue Kelly, did the Eagle shirt get there? No, I went to the post office. What was it? Wednesday, Thursday, when I picked up all this other stuff. It was not there yet, so maybe it came. I'll wind up back at the post office again later this week. And let's see. Try to get one more in here because it just hit 10 o'clock and okay. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, and Jim Johnson puts one up and it kind of goes in the seeds here. Heirloom seeds from some preppers on YouTube, Rain Country Homestead. Okay, so if anybody's a follower over there, sorry, that thing got me flustered there. Yeah, so, but like I said, at least for the black crim tomatoes, I will, when I get them all harvested and processed and everything like that, you know, because there's still a bunch on there that are green, so I'm not doing anything with those yet. But as I get the seeds, I'll save some seeds for you guys, and then if you want it, I think what we'll do is just have everybody send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. Do not do it yet, okay? And then I will get it out. I'll tell you when I'm ready, okay? Cripe. Okay, guys. Sorry, that just screwed everything up at the end there for me. Y'all have a good Saturday evening. I will see y'all in the morning. Have a good one. Pinball out.